family. As Mr. Mike Check said, back to regular programming. Alright, so I'm out here on the Sunday grind, getting it in like only I can, and enjoying life. Happy to be in the appliance repair business, taking my knocks along the way. Yes, it is Sunday, and yes, I'm on the road, on my way to Palm Beach to handle some appliance repair. And looking forward to having a productive and profitable day. Definitely working on being better. I'm trying to work on my time management, blocking out study time, because I'm finding myself studying late at night. And there are concepts that I am struggling with, and I own and accept that. This is why I'm putting in the work. I want to get to the point where I can go in and diagnose properly the first time. And everybody that says they're 100% there, you're lying. But if you work at the craft, you get better and better at it. I want to send a shout out to TMM Tech Support. Got to be one of the best tech supports in the game. I want to send a shout out to Mila Tech Support. I love them. Y'all know I'm a big Mila fan. You see it in my videos. And I just want to send a shout out to everybody that has supported my growth and development in the game. I personally want to thank everybody. You know, from Brandon B to Mr. Mike Sneed, Darren Clark, Slick, and all the guys that think they learned from me, like Greg Birch, Marcus, both Marcuses, well, all the Marcuses. It's like 10 million of y'all. I guess that must have been the name back in the day. You know, Mr. Bailey, I learned a lot from you, sir, in New York, handling your business. Lamar, always learning a lot from you. Christian Alexander, I know you were shocked. And that's something I want to talk about. You know, there are people that hit me with questions on Facebook. And, you know, I will pick up the phone and call you. And a lot of times you're shocked that I do. Well, I do that because I'm always watching how you move. If you're a guy and I'm watching you put in the work, even though I might be busy, I try to pause and pick up the phone because I've been in those situations where I didn't know nowhere to go. And so I reach out to somebody and I get no damn response. And I'm reaching for help. I already feel some kind of way asking. So, you know, that's why I call you guys. So don't be shocked. That's just me giving back because I don't have a lot of time. And I can't do it in what I would consider the traditional mentorship way. And if I can't help you, I always will put you in touch with people who can. And I need you to run with the ball when I do. Because if I'm giving you a connection, I'm going to call that connection. I'm going to be like, look, so-and-so is going to reach out to you. I signed off on this dude. Boom, boom, boom. You know? Because I want everybody to do well. There are not enough techs out here. And the people who really got hard for it, I want them to rise to the top. And the rest of y'all, you know, go ahead and keep bottom feeding like you've been doing. But at the end of the day, oh yeah, thanks for the support from TK Cousins. And you know, I want to talk to these guys who have these videos out here. Now, it's a lot of guys like JJ Appliance, DC Repair, all the way back to old school British James. You know what I mean? There's a lot of videos out here that really can help you. But I cannot stress that you got to get the theory behind the game. You got to get the theory behind how washers work, how direct drives work, how, you know, the ones with the magnetic rotors work and motors work. You got to understand. You got to understand the RPM sensors. You got to understand all that. Because when you're out here diagnosing appliances that are controlled by micro processors and printed circuit boards with your PCB. I learned exactly what the hell that word meant, what the PCB, what those initials stand for yesterday. And look how long I've been doing it. You know, I'm one of those people, I need to understand the technical because I want to will feel well grounded when I'm having a conversation with a client or customer and I'm servicing their appliance. If I don't know what I'm talking about, you know, because it's true. You know, I had an interview with TMM. Thank you for the interview, Brandon, the other day. And, you know, the bottom line is, you know, customers can Google things. And they know when you pulling game on them. So, at the end of the day, don't be that tech. Don't just be regurgitating bull. Because things are changing on a daily basis. And I suggest you stay up on it. But I'm on my Sunday drive. lay back and relax because I got a couple of things I got to do today that are going to make sure that my week runs well. So I might as well get a head start on victory. That's how I see it. But, you know, like I said, I want to tell everybody thank you because there's no way I got here by myself, and I'm still a work in progress. And that's what a lot of people need to understand, that you are constantly a work in progress. And if you are constantly a work in progress, then you need to continue to grind. Like, there's no other way around it. Like, you can't, like, start this and then give up. I see a lot of people start it and then they get out of the game because they can't afford to stay in it, or they came in thinking it was one thing, and like anything else, you're only going to get what you put in. You're going to have to slot some time for a lot of things. You know, another shout out to Greg, because I know Greg be up studying late just like me, trying to figure it out. Because his whole goal is to be able to get in these people's houses, diagnose it in 15, 30 minutes, lock the cell, get what they need to do on the warranty side or whatever his situation is. I respect that because that's my same philosophy. You know, but the problem is when you haven't been doing this for years, there's a lot of things you don't realize you need till you get inside of that appliance. And I think that's a lot of people have they have the concept that they can run some error codes, some diagnostics, pull some error codes and just order a part. And then you get in there and you looking stupid because you ordered a part and the part may be for that error code, but there's some supporting documentation, update software, or additional parts you need in order to get to that. Or there's some things that may traditionally break, or, you know what I mean? I remember when I had to do a couple of motors and I wasn't clear that I had to have a damn blower wheel, because in taking a lot of them out, they were melted in place, and I had to break the board, chisel the blower motor wheel off, blah, blah, blah. So then, you know, I got into the assembly game where I just hired, you know, especially on Samsung, if I'm doing a motor on that, I'm buying the wheel and the damn motor together. I'm not playing with it because I'm not trying to work hard. I'm trying to work smart. You know, there's a reason they make those assemblies, because they know there's an issue. Same thing when you're dealing with these tub assemblies on the stack of it. I swear I was sweating bullets when I had to separate that damn transmission, because you know, traditionally they don't separate. Thank God mine did without a problem. I was like, okay, the angels are smiling on my ass. But at the end of the day, you know, there are things you learn and you apply them. You know, the thing we have to watch out about is that we get comfortable. You know, some people are just comfortable on Samsung drives. They don't want to work on nothing else. And therefore they don't expand their area of influence or knowledge or, you know, discipline. And then they, you know, eventually all that stuff is going to phase out, just like the LGs. Eventually, this season of LG compressor flipping, flopping, replacing compressors when it don't damn need one, but, you know, in your brain, you automatically think it needs a compressor. Shout out to Brandon and Quentin from Empire. You know, that really, they stay on me about checking the entire system, checking the pressures, checking the board, making sure the board is giving the compressor the exact what it needs. And you know, this is what really irks me, because if you pull the tech sheets, they walk you through it. If you can't have a problem following the tech sheet, there's 1,200 damn videos on the internet that show you how to put it in test mode 1, and the beeps and all the good stuff that goes with it. Like, there's no excuse at this point not to be doing this stuff right, you know? Or be prepared before you go out to these homes. I'm telling you, man, y'all got to get it together. Y'all got to get it together. Because I am. I'm not out here for my health. I'm out here because I realize that I need to do my 10,000 hours of immersion, hands on. And that's the only way I'm going to get where I need to go. You know, the business side, I pretty much got that down because that's natural for me. That's my natural acumen. But the technical side, I have no problem with admitting that I constantly work on that, even when I don't damn want to. And that's what I'm saying, people. You can't come in here playing, because Brandon made a very good point when he talked about how, long did it take me to realize that, yeah, I can have subs, I can, run the business. And that's really, I really need to talk about this, because there are so many people asking me how my business is set up, and did I do it like Sneed with all subcontractors. And I have a mix, I have a hybrid. I have employees and subcontractors, because there are certain situations that subcontractors are best for, and then there are certain situations that employees that are good for. And that's how I structure my business. Now, I'm not telling you nothing else, because anything else is a consultation, and I'm gonna keep it 100, because you got to realize I am constantly changing my format, my business plan, my structure to meet the needs of my clientele and the demands of the market, so that I can be profitable. But that is my strong point. That's not something I can just give somebody. That's something where you got to have data gathering involved. You have to be on top of your key performance indicators. Like me, I have an average ticket analysis that I do, but that's naturally because I've done that for the last 30 years in my previous life in corporate America. So, I'm sorry. Get off it. Figure it out. You got to find what works for you. It just kills me when people sit here and tell you they can give you these courses and you can just, it's a turnkey course. Yeah, it's turnkey if you work it, but don't expect it to work like on autopilot if you don't work it. Like I really like this thing I was watching the other day where they were talking about, brothers and sisters in the Indian community and how they buy legacy businesses that they do not sell, businesses they can hand down. And that's awesome. That's the name of the game, man. But, like I said, you got to find your way. And, I'm not saying you can't ask questions. I'm just saying ask educated, thought out questions. Don't ask me something you can Google. Don't ask me a shortcut to save money, because I don't do that. I pay top dollar for everything I have. That's why I have an attitude. My truck is 2020. All my equipment, air sled, all dollies. And these are things it's people who've been in the game forever don't even buy that stuff. They use it. I never forget. I'm laughing now because I remember I was talking to this Russian, this dude, and I was asking him about wall units and things like that, and he's talking about I use 2 stools or 2 crates or whatever, and I'm looking at him like, really? Like, you take that in a customer home and do business like that? But the point is, I ain't knocking him, because that's how he get down. That's what works for him. So I'm good with that. You know what I'm saying? I spend money on my tools because I understand tax law, and I understand I have no problem getting that back. I even have insurance on my tools and equipment. But that's how I move, because I've learned the hard way that, look, ain't no shortcuts. It's kind of like when you're in college and you got to figure out, okay, I got rent, I got books, I got fees, and I got insurance. Am I paying my car insurance? Am I going to ride dirty? Hey, if you ain't never been there and you ain't never, look, those of us who've been broke, grew up broke, came in the world broke, we've had to do what we had to do and scrap all our lives. But when you get to a point where you can be legit and get it together, you do that, because you do not want to deal with the okie doke. You know what it is. You've been caught up in those situations. That's why y'all love me, because I keep it 100. I ain't trying to hide nothing. I don't have time for that. How am I going to grow if I'm hiding from you? Because if I'm hiding from you, I'm hiding from me. That means I'm in denial. I ain't living that life. All right, y'all. I'm almost to my destination. I got to get in my headspace. Got to get right. I got to get out of smack talking mode, and I got to get into tech mode. So with that said, I want everybody to have a great day. Be blessed. And remember, get out here and get it. Keep stepping, solid steppers. Miss Ward signing out.